Welcome back, Black Sox fans. We're here in the top of the second inning. Score 0-0. Only one hit now for the Killer Bees, as that was Michael Thiessen, I believe, who popped out to shallow right field. Jarrell McDade is out there, and he's got it. Let's see. Going around for the ROJO Black Sox, we've got pitcher Ben Herrick on the mound. We've got John Anthon behind the plate. Jared Antone at third base, Mike Mutner at shortstop, Christian Stanziano at second base, Colin Meyer at first as the pitch comes in from Herrick. That'll be a ball outside to make it 1-0 count. We've got Trevor McKinley in left field. We've got who is that out there in center? As Taylor Olmstead hits a pop-up in foul territory. Anton and Miner are on it, but goes out of play, foul. That'll make it count 1-1. Working on getting a name for you in center field right now, but we've got Jarrell McDade in right. Herrick recently signed with the Lexington Legends in the Atlantic League. Again, he is our starter for today. He threw up a 0 in the first inning. Now he's out for his second inning of work. Only surrendered up one hit so far. He's got one out here in the top of the second. As he comes set, kicks, fires, and delivers the 1-1 pitch to Taylor Olmstead. That's taken upstairs for a ball. He's throwing to John Anthon behind the plate, who was recently signed in the American Association for Sioux Falls, I want to say. Maybe Sioux City. As Taylor Olmstead fouls the 2-1 back. That'll make the count 2-2. He was in Sioux, that's for sure. But actually, a couple guys were signed to the Sioux team, as Antone over at third base was actually signed there as well. As Taylor Olmstead fouls another one off his foot. That'll keep the count at 2-2, but Olmstead will have to take a walk and shake it off. I want to say Sioux Falls. The Sioux Falls team signed a couple of the Black Sox guys last year for their trip to Winnipeg. I believe the ones to go were Antone, Carson McCurdy, a couple pitchers that aren't currently here. They're signed in the Frontier League. As Taylor Olmstead swings and misses at strike number 3, that'll make it 2 outs. And that'll bring up Nate Thompson, I believe. A little hard to see here from the booth. But Nate the hitter was signed to the Lexington Legends in the Atlantic League. Before that, he had a dominant performance as he takes ball 1. He had a dominant performance in the 2020 Yinzer COVID season for the Baseball Brilliance under P.J. Phillips. That netted him a contract with the Washington Wild Things. Little on down the road, signed with the Lexington Legends, as that was the most recent team he had been on, as he takes ball outside for a ball 2. The 2-0 from Herrick. And Nate Thompson lines one into left field, but McKinley's got a beat on it, and he makes a diving catch for out number 3. So after 2 innings of work, Herrick has surrendered no runs and only given up 1 hit. We're going to the bottom of the second. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, Black Sox fans. We're here in the bottom of the second inning. Casey Grimm is out on the mound now for the Killer Bees. He's throwing to Slayton Vaughn, and his catcher is Soto behind the plate. Casey Grimm recently signed in the Atlantic League as well. He signed for the High Point Rockers as a starter, as Slayton Vaughn takes ball 2 upstairs. That'll move the count to 2-2. Vaughn recently signed in the Pioneer League for the Colorado Owls, as Casey Grimm looks in, wheels, deals, and delivers the 2-2. And Slayton Vaughn, big swing, big miss, as he goes down on a strikeout. That'll be out number 1. Going around the infield for the Killer Bees, we've got Trey Hunt over at third base. He was signed with the Pacific Association. Tyler Reese, who played in the 2020 Yinzer season as well, played for the Slammin' Sammies, later on for the Road Warriors, then played for the Jackals, as he was signed to them beforehand, as hitter John Anthon steps into the box and he takes ball number 1. V. Desai over at second base, big swing and a miss. That'll move the count to 1-1. V. Desai over at second base, he was recently signed to Cleburne Railroaders this year, as well as Trois Rivières up in Canada. As Anthon fouls that one back, that'll make the count 1-2. Taylor Olmstead's at first. He was drafted in the 13th round by Texas. In the outfield, we've got Nate Thompson in left field. We talked about him already a little bit. Anthon fouls another one back. That'll keep the count at 1-2. Javel Barnes is in center. Barnes, very good 5-tool athlete. Really runs it down. Really gets it done on the base pass, with the bat, on defense. Good all-around baseball player. And we've got, I believe, Nick Dabrowski as Anthon takes ball number 2. In right field, Nick Dabrowski, I believe, is currently leading the Yinzer League in average at the moment, as Casey Grimm wheels, deals, and delivers a fastball upstairs. That'll be strike number 2. 2 punch-outs now for Casey Grimm, as that will be the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Jared Antone. Antone, we talked about where he's been a little bit. He was one of those guys that signed with Sioux Falls or Sioux City. Not really quite sure which one it was. I know both of the teams are in American Association. As he takes strike number 1, a fastball on the outside corner. And Casey Grimm wheels, deals, and delivers. That's a line drive into left center. That'll be down for the first hit of the day, given up by Casey Grimm, as Nate Thompson cuts it off and throws it in. Jared Antone's aboard with a 2-out single, and that'll bring up Mike Muttner. Mike Muttner, new to the Black Sox, younger guy. A lot of talent in this gentleman. As I believe Stanziano is on deck. But Casey Grimm not looking to face him as he's trying to put away Muttner here. He throws a fastball outside for ball number 1. That'll make the count 1-0. As Casey Grimm fires and Muttner hits a shallow pop-up into center field, and V. Desai, the second baseman, had a beat on it and caught it in for out number 3. That'll bring the top of the third coming up. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, Black Sox fans. We're here in the top of the third inning. Score is 0-0 as Herrick, out for his third inning of work, fires in a fastball to the catcher, Killer Bees catcher Soto for ball number 1. Soto, another young guy with good talent, as Herrick fires in, and Soto hits one down the third base line, but that'll be foul. Herrick. So that moves the count to 2-1 against Killer Bees catcher Soto, as Herrick wheels, deals, and delivers. Soto hits another line drive down the third base line, but that one is also foul. Getting a little bit closer there to fair territory, but still foul, as he'll jog it back and the count moved to 2-2. Soto taking his time, maybe thinking about what the pitcher's going to throw. Maybe Herrick's thinking about what he's going to throw here, as those were two pretty strong hit balls down the line, but they were foul. So we'll do the 2-2 here, as Herrick, I believe, throws a changeup there, but misses outside for ball number 3. That'll move the count to full. We've got a full count with no outs in the top of the third. Score is 0-0. Both teams have one hit as Herrick delivers the payoff pitch to Soto, and he fouls that one back over the first base dugout. We'll do the full count again. As Herrick comes set right away. Knows what he wants to throw, wants to work fast here. As he kicks, delivers. And Soto hits a high fly ball into shallow right field, but it is caught by Stanziano. It was kind of hit out there in that little Bermuda Triangle area where a lot of pop-ups tend to fall. But Stanziano, with good range from second base, manages to make the play. And that'll bring up Vidasai. Vidasai, we talked about him already a little bit. He was signed to the American Association for a while and then signed to the Frontier League for even longer. So a good bat, established bat. He also played in the 2020 COVID season as he takes ball number 1, a slider low and away. Vidasai split time with Zane Gelfman, who's not here. I believe he's currently in the Pioneer League for the second year in a row, as Vidasai hits a ground ball over to Colin Meyer at first base, who steps on it easy, and that'll be out number 2. And that'll bring up Javel Barnes. Barnes, another young guy, but a good player, deemed by Colvin Ballas as to be one of the better athletes out here today. As previously mentioned, he is a 5-tool player. And Herrick kicks and delivers the 0-0 pitch, and that is fouled straight back up here in the booth. And that'll be strike number 1. Barnes looking to extend this inning a little bit, bring up Tyler Reese, who's on deck. As Herrick gets his sign, wheels, deals, and delivers the 0-1 pitch. And that's swung on and fouled straight back for strike number 2. That'll move the count to 0-2. As Anthon played it off the wall and has to take a jog back to behind home plate. Herrick circling around the mound. He's got Barnes here in a good spot. He comes set and delivers the 0-2 pitch. That's swung on and a high pop-up into shallow right field again. This time, Jarrell McDade's got a beat on it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So after 2.5 innings, we're going into the bottom of the third. Score is tied 0-0. Both teams have one hit still, and we'll be back after this. Welcome back, Black Sox fans. We're here in the bottom of the third inning. Score is tied 0-0. Both teams only have one hit as Christian Stanziano steps into the box and takes pitch number 1 for a ball. That'll move the count to 1-0. I'd be remiss if I didn't also mention that Casey Grimm was signed to Florence for, I believe, what was a full year, half of 1 year, half of another, as he finds himself in a 2-0 deficit. But Stanziano fouls that one back over the first base dugout, and that'll be strike number 1, and the count will move to 2-1. Soto tried to make a play on it, but it was very well out, so he'll take a jog back behind home plate. And now Casey Grimm looks in, getting his sign, wheels, deals, and delivers the 2-1 pitch to Stanziano, and that's a fastball taken outside for ball number 3. That'll move the count to 3-1. Stanziano finds himself in a good hitter's count as he swings and misses at that pitch. That'll make the count full. The payoff pitch, and that's swung on and hit over to first base, and that hits off the base, goes over Taylor Olmstead's head, and that'll be in shallow right field for a leadoff single for Christian Stanziano. Bit of a weaker hit ground ball, but it knocks off the base and goes over Olmstead's head, as that is a difficult play to make. And Stanziano aboard with a leadoff single. That'll bring up Wadi Almonte. Almonte, another younger kid in the Yinzer. Good player. Has worked well in the middle infield so far. Also hitting very high for average as he takes ball number 1. Almonte, too, with a little bit of pop earlier on in the first roster block, as I believe he hit 2 home runs, but the pop has kind of quieted down, but the average has stayed there. As he swings and hits a hot shot over to Taylor Olmstead, he'll step on 1 and throw over to 2 for the sliding tag, and that'll be a 3U6 double play. And Casey Grimm gets himself out of a leadoff single jam and finds himself with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. So just the second hit for the ROJO Sox gets thrown down at second base as Taylor Olmstead makes a great diving play, steps on 3 and throws over to his shortstop Tyler Reese for out number 2. That'll bring up Jarrell McDade as he takes strike number 1. Count moves to 0-1. McDade, we talked about where he's been, where he's played. He signed with Lexington for the first half of the year under P.J. Phillips. PJ, a close personal friend of Joe Torre, the leader of the Yinzer Baseball Confederacy, signs a lot of guys out of here as Casey Grimm throws and fires on. Jarrell McDade fouls it straight up in the air, but goes out of play behind the third base dugout. That'll move the count to 0-2. As Soto, who thought he had a beat on that ball, jogs his way back over to behind the plate. Everybody will get reset. The count is 0-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. As Casey Grimm looks in, gets his sign, wheels, deals, and delivers. And that's a shot over to Trey Hunt at third base, but he can't come up with it as Jarrell McDade is now aboard. Not sure if that was an error or a hit. We'll have to see how it gets scored. But a hard hit ball at Trey Hunt kind of had him backpedaling a little bit there. A tough play to come up with. Not sure if he knew exactly how high that ball would bounce. And it hits off his glove into shallow left field. And Jarrell McDade, regardless of what it was, is on first base with 2 outs. As McKinley hits a shot over to Taylor Olmstead, but he makes another diving play for the second time this inning, steps on first base, and records out number 3. After 3 innings of play, we're going into the top of the fourth here. Score is 0-0, and 1 hit for the Killer Bees and 3 hits now for the ROJO Sox. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, Black Sox fans. We're here in the top of the fourth inning, and the score is 0-0. And we've got Skylar Janice in the comments section. Good to see it. Skylar Janice, a fellow Yinzer Warrior, currently signed on a Winnipeg trip in the American Association. He was Yinzer Pitcher of the Year last year with, I want to say, 60-something innings pitched and 80-something strikeouts. Good to see that he's still following the boys as he signed along with Frankie Podkul as they make their way up to Canada. And Tyler Reese is leading off for the Killer Bees here in the top of the fourth inning. He took ball number 1, and the count is 1-0. Herrick wheels, deals, and delivers. And that's a strike taken on the outside corner. That'll move the count to 1-1. Herrick working fast here. Grimm working fast here. Not giving up many base runners, moving this game quite right along. As Herrick now delivers the 1-1. Big swing, big miss by Tyler Reese. That'll go move the count to 1-2. As Herrick gets his sign, comes set, and is ready to deliver the 1-2 pitch. And that's a changeup, I believe. Swung on and hit down the third baseline, foul, as Jared Antone will field it and throw it over to the pitcher Herrick. But not the greatest throw, as it goes a little bit wild. Herrick will recollect himself, come set, as everybody will recollect themselves, come set, get into their position. And we'll do the 1-2 again here in just a moment. Herrick towing the rubber. Now he's ready. Gets his sign from his catcher, Anthon. And that's a curveball that misses low and outside for ball number 2. That'll move the count to 2-2. Tyler Reese works his way back to even as he receives the 2-2 pitch from Herrick. Swung on and missed, and that'll be a fastball upstairs for strike number 3 as the ROJO Sox throw it around and bring up Trey Hunt for the Killer Bees. Trey Hunt, we talked about him a little bit. One of the veteran guys out here. Good bat, good discipline. Good pop for a while there as I'm recently told that Skylar Janice and Frankie Podkul recently, I'm getting an update on their game and what they played in Canada. Janice went 2 innings on Friday, and Podkul had a knock in game 3 for the for Sioux Falls, I believe. As Trey Hunt skies that one into shallow left field. Muttner got a beat on it and will make the catch for out number 2. So the Black Sox guys doing well in the American Association. Frankie Podkul with his knock, Skylar with 2 innings, as everybody's getting their time. Skylar by now probably has a nice collection of hats, as I believe he's been signed 3 times this year alone. And Derek Hurt steps into the box for the Killer Bees with 2 outs. As he wastes no time and hits a line drive over to on the third base line, but that'll be foul. And it'll be strike number 1. Herrick takes a little trot around the mound. Derek Hurt hit that ball hard. My apologies. It was for Lake Country in the American Association. I thought it was Sioux Falls since we already talked about a couple of guys that got signed by Sioux Falls last year. But Derek Hurt took a fastball on the outside corner for strike number 2. That makes the count 0-2. Herrick, fastball just off the plate, and that'll move the count to 1-2. So in my confusion talking about the guys that signed with Sioux Falls last year, I'd be remiss if I didn't make sure I correct myself, as Derek Hurt hits a soft ground ball over to Jared Antone at third base. He fires over to Colin Meyer at first. And that will be the end of the inning. We're going into the bottom of the 4th inning here. The score is tied 0-0. Killer Bees have 1 hit. ROJO Sox have 3 hits, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, Black Sox fans. We're here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The score is tied 0-0. One hit for the Killer Bees, who are currently defending right now against the ROJO Sox up to bat. And Colin Meyer is leading off this inning. They have 3 hits so far on the day. We've got a defensive substitution as Spencer Henn is out there at second base now. V. Desai moves over to shortstop. Trey Hunt stays at third. Taylor Olmstead stays at first. No other substitutions all around the board as we're into the action. Colin Meyer took the first 2 pitches of the at-bat for ball 2. Count is 2-0. Spencer Henn at second base. We'll talk about him a little bit in just a second as Meyer takes ball number 3 outside. Meyer got a good eye on that outside half of the plate. As Spencer Henn signed with the Southern Illinois Miners last year in the Frontier League and the Wild Health Genomes this year in the Atlantic League, one of our tour signs. As Meyer takes a low fastball for strike number 1. Spencer Henn, I believe, signed with Trevor McKinley as well with the Wild Health Genomes. As Meyer hits a line drive into left center field, Nate Thompson's got a beat on it and makes the catch for out number 1. So now a little bit of Frontier League time, a little bit of Atlantic League time over there at second base as compared to V. Desai, who moves over to short from second. He had American in Frontier League time. So a good middle infield just all around the board for the Killer Bees as we bring up Slayton Vaughn, who, as previously mentioned, was signed in the Pioneer League this year, as he takes strike number 1 low and outside. Good spot there from Casey Grimm, showing off why he was signed to the Atlantic League most recently. But Vaughn hits a good line drive over to V at shortstop, can't make the diving play as that trickles into left field, and that'll be the 4th hit for the ROJO Sox, and that'll bring up John Anthon with 1 out and Slayton Vaughn over at first base. Vaughn, a big drink of water over there at first, standing in an impressive 8 feet tall. That was just a joke. He's 6'7", but nevertheless a large human being. Don't expect him to go anywhere as Anthon swings at strike number 1. Not expecting him to go anywhere, but still can steal a bag as that's taken for ball number 1. Count moves to 1-1. Can't judge a book by its cover when it comes to these Black Sox guys. We've got catchers that steal. We've got first basemen that steal. We've got big dudes that you don't think would steal, but they steal. As Casey Grimm executes a good slider there, but just misses as the count moves to 2-1. Vaughn with a good-sized lead there over at first. Casey Grimm misses with a fastball up and away. That'll move the count to 3-1. We're 3-1 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. The score is 0-0. Slayton Vaughn leading off at first base. John Anthon, a recent addition to the ROJO Sox, in the box. As he swings and fouls the ball straight back, that'll move the count to 3-2. Casey Grimm here battling his way back. Gets even. And now we're full here. A little bit of a shorter lead from Vaughn. Defensive swing from Anthon to keep himself alive there. We'll do the 3-2 again in just a second here as Casey Grimm gets the ball back. Takes a trot around the mound. Toes the rubber. Everybody getting set. Vaughn leading off from first. Grimm comes set. The payoff pitch. That's swung on. A high fly ball down the right field line. We'll see if it's fair or not. Sorry, in play or not, I should have said. As Taylor Olmstead running for it, can't come up with it as it's out of play. And we'll do the 3-2 again here for the 3rd time in just a second. As Olmstead makes his way back to first. Spencer Henn gets himself in position at second. And Grimm toes the rubber. Payoff pitch. Swung on, a high fly ball into center field. Barnes has a beat on it. Vaughn will go nowhere as the catch is made for out number 2. Vaughn trots back into first. We've got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Score is still 0-0. The ROJO Sox have collected their 4th hit this inning, but don't have a guy in scoring position yet, as nobody has touched second base safely. Grimm facing another lefty here, Jared Antone, as Antone takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike number 1. A lot of partner league timeout on this field as Antone swings and fouls that one straight back. Got to move the count to 0-2. We've got, I want to say, 2-1, 1, 1, 1, 2. I want to say more than 10 years of partner league experience just out on the field right now. As that slider was inside for ball number 1. Count moves to 1-2. Might have to check my math here on that one in a little bit, but it's at least 10. As Casey Grimm blows a fastball by Jared Antone for strike number 3. That'll be the 3rd out of the inning. We're going into the top of the 5th inning with the score still tied 0-0, and we'll be back after this. Welcome back, Black Sox fans. We're here in the top of the 5th inning. The score is tied 0-0 as these 2 pitchers, Ben Herrick and Casey Grimm, both lefty starters, are throwing gems of games right now. As Michael Thiessen steps into the box and swings at the first pitch that he sees, that's a high fly ball to deep left field, but it's caught at the warning track by Trevor McKinley for out number 1. A well-hit ball by Thiessen, but just got a little under it as the score remains 0-0. Herrick still throwing the beauty of a game, only giving up 1 hit so far in 4 complete innings of work. Now 4 1/3 as he records out number 1 here in this top of the 5th inning. That'll bring up Taylor Olmstead. Taylor Olmstead, as previously mentioned, was drafted in the 13th round by Texas. He digs in as he tries to bunt his way on base, but hits that ball down the first baseline foul. Some action here in the ROJO Sox bullpen, as I believe Herrick will be asked to come back on short rest, so his pitch count will be relatively low for today. But he has thrown a beauty of a game so far as he comes set and is getting ready to deliver the 0-1 pitch to Olmstead. And that's a slider that was taken low. That'll move the count to 1-1. Herrick throwing very well so far. Grimm throwing very well so far. Both hanging zeros as Olmstead swings at a fastball upstairs. That'll move the count to 1-2. Both guys, both pitchers, lefty starters, both signed in the Atlantic League this year. As Herrick kicks, fires, and another fastball upstairs, but Olmstead doesn't chase this one as the count moves to 2-2. We're still 0-0 here in the top of the fifth in Washington, Pennsylvania. As Herrick wheels, deals, and delivers the 2-2 pitch to Olmstead. That's a slider swung on and missed, and that'll be strikeout number 3 for Herrick here. 4. My apologies. As we have 2 outs here in the top of the fifth inning, and that'll bring up Nate Thompson. Nate Thompson, another Atlantic League guy. My God, they just keep coming here in Washington. So, Herrick, Atlantic League pitcher versus Atlantic League hitter Nate Thompson, as he takes his slider low for ball number 1. Herrick comes set quickly, wheels, deals, and delivers the 1-0 pitch coming in. That's a fastball on the inside corner for strike number 1. That'll move the count to 1-1. We've got 2 outs here, nobody on for the Killer Bees. They only have 1 hit so far as Herrick has thrown an absolute gem, mentioned several times. But you kind of have to mention it when dude's only given up 1 hit, and I believe no walks in what is going into 1 walk, no walks, 1 hit, no walks in his 5th inning of work. And the count is 1-2. That's a fastball taken outside. That'll move the count to 2-2. So, Herrick here, looking to get his team back in the dugout, trying to scratch a run for him against Casey Grimm. But he misses upstairs with a fastball. That'll move the count to full. As he gets back on the rubber right away, but Nate Thompson maybe wanting to freeze him a little bit, takes his time stepping into the box. Herrick gets his sign, kicks, and delivers the payoff pitch to Thompson as he fouls that one straight back. Herrick will get a new ball, and we'll do the full count again in just a moment here. As the ROJO Sox still have a guy warming up in their pen. Herrick looking very comfortable in this inning. Can't imagine that this is his last guy, but potentially pitch count might send him out of this game if Thompson can get on board, as he fouls another one back. And we'll do the 3-2 account again for the 3rd time here in just a second. Herrick gets some rosin, pats his pants, rubs the ball a little bit, wipes his face, and now steps back out on the mound. Thompson right back in the box this time around. As Herrick delivers a 3-2 pitch again. Swung on and missed, and that is Herrick's 5th strikeout of the day. We're going into the bottom of the 5th inning. Score is still tied 0-0, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back here, Black Sox fans. We're here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The score is tied 0-0. ROJO Sox currently hitting against Killer Bees Casey Grimm, who is out for his fifth inning of his work as Mike Mutner tries to bunt his way on board, but hits the ball fouled on the first base line. Some defensive substitutions now for the Killer Bees. Mark Demko goes in at third. He was in the Pacific Association under P.J. Phillips as well with Trey Hunt, who moves to first base now from third. Vijay and Spencer Henn stay right where they were at, up the middle of the infield, as Mutner hits a ball well into center field, but that's right at Javel Barnes for out number one. Casey Grimm and Ben Herrick both just throwing absolute beauties of games right now. Their pitch count is low, and they've only given up a couple of hits each. Herrick only giving up one. Grimm has only given up 4 in now what is 4 1/3 innings of work. And he works fast, right back on the mound, and that's another ball hit well into right field, but right at Michael Thiessen for out number 2. So 2 pitches, 2 outs for Casey Grimm, continuing to keep his pitch count low. Not really giving his defensive substitution, Mark Demko, anything to do, huh? Except catch the ball and give it right back to him. He's got 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Score is still 0-0, and that'll bring up Wadi Almonte. Wadi Almonte, we talked about him and how good he is up the middle and how consistent he is with the bat as he digs in and obviously takes strike number 1. Veteran move by Grimm there to know that Almonte was taking. So he just threw a fastball nice and easy in there, but now that's chopper over to second base. Spencer Henn fires and comes up with it to Trey Hunt over at first, who does a weird little lean back. Not sure what dance move that was, but it'll be good enough to record out number 3. 4 pitches for Grimm in the fifth inning as we're going into the top of the 6th. Score is still tied 0-0. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, Black Sox fans. We're here in the top of the sixth inning. The score is tied 0-0 as Herrick finishes a great day of work. That'll bring in Mike Mintzer for the ROJO Sox as Seth Lugo, the pinch hitter for the Killer Bees, takes ball one. And Mintzer misses again here. That'll be ball two. Herrick had a great day going 5 innings, only giving up 1 hit, but he's expected to come back in a few days rest, so his pitch count was limited to 60, and that's exactly what he ended the day with. So now we've got Greg Mintzer here, who just threw a strike to Seth Lugo after he hit the ball foul down the first base line. Seth Lugo fresh off the bench for the Killer Bees as well, as he hits a ground ball over to second base area, but Colin Meyer, the first baseman, is actually the one who fields it, and Greg Mintzer covers first base for out number 1. ROJO Sox fired around. That'll bring up way above Desai as Rick Mintzer fires in. That's a ball just outside, just off the outside corner for ball number 1. Doug Mintzer kicks and fires, and that'll be ball number 2. Mintzer looking in. The 2-0 pitch to way above. As way above, big swing, healthy swing. Misses it, though. And that'll be strike number 1. That'll move the count to 2-1. The 2-1 from Mintzer to way above is a curveball taken low and outside. That would be ball number 3. Count moves to 3-1. We've got 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Score is still 0-0. Killer Bees only have 1 hit on the day. As way above hits a hard ground ball over to first base, but Colin Meyer fields it cleanly and steps on 1 for easy out number 2. Okay.
Casey Grimm here on the mound here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As Darrell McDade, the right fielder, steps to the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a single as that pitch is taken outside for ball 1. Grimm looks in, the kick delivery. Pitch taken low, 2-0. Fastball in the outside corner, called for strike, 2-1. Pitch missing down and in, count goes to 3-1. McDade singled in his last at bat. The pitch hit on well, deep fly ball to left field. And that will just reach the top of the fence, and that'll be out of here for a home run. It'll be the first run of the game. And the ROJO Sox will take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. That'll bring the the left fielder, Trevor McKinley, up to the plate. 0 for 2 on the day. Grimm looks in, the kick, the pitch. It'll be swung on and fouled straight back. 0-1. One count, the pitch. Pitch misses high, 2-1. Grimm looks in, gets his sign. Pitch called strike. Count evens up at 2. Here's the pitch. It's taken low and away, and the count will go full. That pitch will be roped down the right field line, heading into the ROJO Sox bullpen, but will go foul. Count will remain full. Grimm will step off the mound, take a breath, adjust his hat, and get back on and look for his sign. Facing a tough out here with McKinley. The kick, the pitch. High fastball gets him for strike 3. A big out there for Grimm on the swing and miss. I'll bring up the first baseman, Colin Meyer, who is 0 for 2 today. Hard hit ground ball up the middle to the shortstop. And there will be enough time to record the out as he fires over to Trey Hunt at first base. They'll be 2 away. Slayton Vaughn, the designated hitter, steps to the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Singled in his last at bat. 2 outs here for Grimm. The kick, the pitch. That'll be called strike. Pitch hit up the middle. Barnes comes in and makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. We'll head to the top of the 7th. ROJO Sox leading 1-0. Mintzer still on the mound here in the top of the 7th as the ROJO Sox lead 1-0. Mintzer looking to continue his work after a 1-2-3 inning the last time. Spencer Henn will step to the plate, the second baseman getting his first at bat of the day. Slider, first pitch called strike. Swing and a miss there for strike 2. Off-speed pitch breaking down towards the bottom of the zone. Mintzer gets a sign. The kick, the pitch. Called strike 3, slider on the outside corner. And we have our first out here in the top of the 7th. First baseman Trey Hunt will come to the plate. For 2 today with 2 pop-ups to the shortstop. That fastball's taken off the plate for ball 1. Hunt started this game at third base before making the shift over to first base midway through the game. Pitch misses again in the same spot there for 2-0. A pitch will be swung on and fouled down the third base line into the Keep Downing Bombalos bullpen. 2-1. Mintzer looks in, gets his sign from Anthon. The kick, the pitch. Pitch taken high and in. 3-1. Ground ball hit in the shortstop hole. Mutner unable to make the play. And Trey Hunt will reach safely at first. So 1 runner on and 1 out for the designated hitter, Derek Hurt. Hurt will step in today 0 for 2. Pickoff attempt there. Hunt will get back safe. Hurt will swing at the first pitch he sees and hit a towering pop-up to the right fielder. McDade will throw it into second base to avoid any potential tag-ups, and 2 outs, and Trey Hunt will remain at first base. And that will bring up the right fielder, Mike Thiessen. 0 for 2 today, looking for his first hit to put a runner in scoring position. Mintzer, the kick, the pitch. Slider appears to have missed up for ball 1. Mintzer gets a sign, fires over to first base. Close play, but Hunt will make it back into first base safely. So 2 outs here in the top of 7th, and the pitch will be swung on, hit foul. Hit foul towards right field. Count will even up at 1. Mintzer gets it signed. The kick and the pitch. This is outside for a ball, 2-1. Hunt with the growing lead at first base, but stays where he is. The pitch hit well and deep to left field. Back towards the wall as goes McKinley. And that pitch is going to make it past the fence for the second home run of the day, a 2-run home run from Mike Thiessen. And that'll give the Keep Downing Bombalis team a 2-1 lead. So with this 2-1 lead, Mark Demko will get his first at bat of the game today. Went in to play third base in that shift that brought Trey Hunt to first. He's going to look at the first pitch he sees and lay as a bunt down. Catcher will pick it up and fire it for the third out of the inning. All right, 7th inning stretch time as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Keep Downing Bombalis leads the ROJO Sox 2-1. Grimm comes set, the kick, the pitch. That pitch will be grounded grounded to third baseman. Demko will fire over to first base, and that'll end the inning. Apologize for the audio issues during that inning. We're going to head to the top of the 8th. ROJO Sox down 2-1. Here we are on the top of the 8th. Mintzer out there for his third inning of work, currently sitting at 27 pitches. Looks like we have a pinch hitter now entering the ballgame for Keep Downing Bombalis. Deandre Clark, the left-handed hitter, will come up to the plate. Mintzer fires. Pitch taken for a ball. Count will be 2-0. Get a sign. Kick and delivery. Clark will swing, hit that first strike he sees. Back to the pitcher for a ground ball. Mintzer will throw that ball over to first base, and Meyer will handle the one hop for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the catcher. Lugo will come to the plate, 0-for-1 in his appearance so far. He pinch hit halfway through this game, and he's going to take the first pitch slider for a strike. Mintzer comes set, kicks, fires. There'll be a ground ball to the second baseman, Stanziano. He'll pick it up and fire it to Meyer at first base for the second out of the inning. Another quick out, and we're quickly at 2 outs. And the starting second baseman, now shortstop, Vidasai, will come up to the plate as he takes the first pitch for a ball. 0-for-2 on the day. The shift is on. Shifted towards the right field line as he has grounded to the first baseman today twice. The left-handed hitting middle infielder. 2-0 the count. Mintzer kicks and fires the pitch. Pitch will miss low. Count will go to 3-0. Four-pitch walk issued here for Lugo. Keep Downing Bombalis looking to extend that lead here in the 8th. 2 outs. The leadoff hitter, Javel Barnes, will step to the plate with a runner at first for him. First pitch taken for a strike. 1-for-3 on the day. Herrick, who only issued one hit today, issued a leadoff hit to Javel Barnes in the first. Barnes quickly falls behind 0-2. They appear to be back-to-back sliders. The kick and the pitch. Soft ground ball hit to the third base. Picks it up, fires. The speedy runner will be beaten. And now we head to the bottom of the eighth. Keep down in Bombalis still leads 2-1. A couple of defensive changes for the Keep Down in Bombalis team here in the bottom of the eighth. Kyle Robinson will go into play left field, and catching behind the dish will now be Marcano. Graham will fire first pitch strike to Almonte. Fastball taken inside. Pitch goes even more inside. Almonte will chase it 0-2. Almonte's 0-2 on the day. Graham will kick, fire the pitch. Ground ball, second base. Henn will pick it up and fire, throw it over to Hunt at first. First out of the inning. So one out for the leadoff hitter, the right fielder, Dade. Solo shot home run in his last AB, which has given the ROJO Sox their only run of the game. Fastball taken way inside. Ball one. 2 for 3 on the day. Pitch taken high and away. That'll be 2 balls, no strikes. Graham looking to battle back quick, keep the pitch count low, and keep the inning moving. The kick and the deliver. Fastball just misses off the plate. Falls behind. 3 balls, no strikes to the leadoff hitter. Working quick, the pitch will be missed high and away in a 4-pitch walk. A runner at first base with 1 out for Trevor McKinley, who is 0 for 3 today. As Trevor McKinley now begins to walk towards the plate. McKinley, a little delayed coming to the plate today. Looks like he is adjusting his batting gloves. now the left-handed hitting left fielder appears to be ready, and he makes his way into the box. Greer makes his way to the rubber, gets his sign that he likes, comes set, the kick, the pitch. Hit well. It'll be a hard hit fly ball to the right fielder for the second out of the inning. First baseman Colin Meyer will come to the plate, 0 for 3 on the day. Again, hits have been hard to come by in this pitching matchup. Grimm will kick and fire. Meyer will swing on at the first pitch he sees and hit a towering fly ball to the right fielder again. And that will be the third out of the inning. As we head to the ninth, Keep Downing Bombala still leads this game 2-1. Here we are in the top of the ninth with the away team, Keep Downing Bombala, on top of the home team, ROJO Sox, 2-1. Leading off for Keep Downing Bombala will be number 22, the second baseman, Spencer Henn. 0 for 1 on the day as he came in to pinch hit halfway through this contest. Mintzer still on the mound. This will be his fourth inning of work as he misses with his first pitch high for a ball. That pitch misses high and in to Spencer Henn. That'll be a 2-0 count. That pitch will miss low and away for 3-0 count. Mintzer looking to get back into this. He's been keeping his pitch counts awfully low for the batters. We're going to dial this back in. Henn squares around the bunt, and that pitch will miss high and inside for a 4-pitch walk. So leadoff walk for Spencer Henn. Keep Downing Bombala looking to extend their lead by a little more cushion here in the top of the ninth. Trey Hunt, who comes to bat, the first baseman who reached in his last at bat and scored on the Mike Thiessen home run, steps in and takes a first pitch for a strike. Mintzer will kick and fire. Be a ground ball to third base. Fires over to second. Fires over to first. 5-4-3 double play. So 2 outs here quickly for Derek Hurt, the designated hitter, 0 for 3 on the day. Mintzer looking to keep the lead small. Looking for the ROJO Sox to fight back in the bottom of the ninth. That first pitch is swung on and missed from Hurt. 0-1. Gets the sign he likes, the kick, the pitch. Missed just a little high. Count will even at 1. Hurt looking to extend the inning. Looking for his first hit of the day, the kick and the pitch. Curveball or slider there. Will miss high. Will fall behind again, 2-1. Foul tip on the swing by the designated hitter, Hurt. Count will even at 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. The kick and the pitch. Pitch will miss low and away. Count will go full. Mintzer collects himself off the back of the mound, gets on the mound. Kick, the pitch. Big swing and a miss there. After the leadoff walk, a 1-2-3 inning for Mintzer. Ending with the strikeout by the designated hitter, Derek Hurt. We head to the bottom of the ninth. ROJO Sox down by 1. We'll be right back. Bottom of the ninth, keep doubting Bombalis leading the ROJO Sox 2-1. ROJO Sox will be down to their final 3 outs. Pitching change for Keep Downing Bombalis. Previously announced in this game, now on the mound, Doug Olmstead looking for the save opportunity, as he is first to face the designated hitter, Slayton Vaughn. Vaughn 1 for 3 on the day. As the left-hander kicks, delivers, fires. First pitch called strike, taken by Vaughn. Comes set. The kick, the pitch. Hard hit up the middle. Hen will have a glove on it, fire it over to first base, and make the play. Leadoff out for Doug Olmstead and the Keep Downing Bombalis. And that'll will send the catcher, John Anthon, to the plate, who is 0 for 3 on the day. Kick and the pitch. First pitch will be swung on and fouled back. 0-1 the count. Chazy walks around the mound. Engages with the rubber. Gets his sign. And comes set. Kick and the pitch. Check swing, called strike 2. Anthon quickly falls behind 0-2. ROJO Sox looking to make something happen here late in this game. Kick of the pitch. Anthon will just get a piece of that to foul that away. Count will remain at 0-2. Chazy being efficient with his pitch selection. Attacking batters. Looking to end this game as quickly as possible. The kick and the pitch. Be a hard hit ball through the infield. Left fielder will stop it. Anthon will have his first hit of the day. It'll be a single here in the bottom of the ninth. Tying run now on first base. So we now have a pinch hitter coming to the plate for the third baseman, Antone. Utah Okazaki will step to the plate. Pinch hitter hoping to bring some life to the ROJO Sox here late in this game. Pitch will be taken inside for ball 1. Okazaki, the player manager for the ROJO Sox. Chazy will kick deliver, and that pitch will be fouled straight back into the net. Count will even at 1. Anthon with a short lead at first. Pitch misses high. And timeout will be called, as Joe Bilardi will be the pinch runner for the catcher, John Anthon. Speedy Bilardi will take first base. Chazy, check on him immediately. Again, Bilardi represents that tying run, the kick, the pitch. Hit well into center field. Barnes will be able to make the play. And the ROJO Sox will be down to their final out with their tying run still stuck at first base. Shortstop Mike Mutner will come to the plate, 0 for 3 on the day. 2 outs here. Keep doubting Bombalis with the 1-run lead. The pitch taken high for a ball. Chazy checks on Bilardi at first. Fires that pitch in. Appears to have missed low and away. 2-0 the count. Bilardi with a shorter lead than usual, likely due to the left-handed Chazy on the mound, as that pitch will be called a strike. Count will go to 2-1. Pitch will miss up. 3-1 the count on the shortstop, Mike Mutner. Chazy kicks, fires, delivers. Pitch will be hit into center field. Barnes is going to make the move over towards it, camp under it, and get that third out of the game. That'll do it for today. Keep doubting Bombalis will have the 2-1 lead. The 2-1 win over the ROJO Sox off of very successful pitching performances against the starters Grimm and Herrick, as well as solid relief work from Olmstead and Mintzer. Thank you for tuning in again. That'll conclude another Yinzer Pro Baseball Confederacy game. Tune in tomorrow. And enjoy the rest of your day.